Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 701 of Geeks in Space. I'm Rob Commander Tom Malta, and joining me is Chris DeBona.
Hi.
And Rob Roseboom.
Good morning.
Gentlemen, there's so much things to talk about if they were things that we would have been interested in the 80s, and now they're back.
Are you talking about Dune now, or?
I'm talking about, like, I was looking through every single item on the list right now is, like, basically franchise things from the 80s and 90s, and it kind of made me sad.
Huh.
It's like, oh, there's nothing new under the sun.
No, it's sad.
It is sad. But some of them are actually kind of cool. The first one that I had is that the Dune 2, it is going to start filming, but not until fall. So darn.
I don't know.
That's great. I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
They announced someone was, I guess it's Florence Pugh. What do you call her?
I call her the Pugh.
The Pugh. I guess
Yeah.
she's going to be Princess Irulan. So
That seems good casting.
Yeah.
She's extraordinarily charismatic. I like her in like.
oh yeah,
everything.
she's got it going on. But yeah,
I don't know if they had just had a little confidence in this, they could have think of all the money they could save just by shooting two of them all at once. I mean the fees for feeding the worms that long.
That's
It's
true.
got to be extraordinary.
That's
right?
true.
wow, they eat so much a sandworm.
Yeah.
You know, they eat like all the things.
1 billion Maldives.
I guess sandworms. I guess they must be omnivorous, but it seems like they probably typically just eat the plankton that's in the sand, right?
Yeah. Probably.
Sand
I mean,
plankton.
they're probably like whales, right? They just Except they have bigger throats, so they can swallow larger.
What's the name of that stomach that whales have that grinds things up with like rocks in it
Gary.
and stuff?
Oh, well,
Gary.
that's what a gizzard does in birds.
Yeah. Don't whales have something similar? It's not important. So, you know, we've talked about whale puke and whale bile before, and you know, the glorious money you can get if you find a hunk of whale bile. Right?
What do you call it?
Ambergris.
And didn't we discuss how we weren't sure how to pronounce it last time?
I think we probably found an official way to say it, but
I've always said ambergris. But
so did I.
ambergris, yeah.
And I think Chris had it wrong, if I remember right.
That's okay. I'm happy to be wrong. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I bet you there's like a sandwormigris.
Oh, sure.
You know?
Probably, yeah.
You know, and it's probably like deeply spice.
Spice is worm shit, right?
Well, it's worm. It's not. It's not
it was
worm
the actual.
shit. It's like the sweat. You know.
I thought it was the actual broken down body parts of the worm. So it was like oil or coal in that fashion.
All right, let me look this up.
to go along with the parallels of the Middle East and Dune.
The fungal excretions of sand trout would mix the. Oh wait, no.
Wow, that's different.
Melange. Here we go. So
Bates probably would know.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, where is Bates?
He's probably like working in a job.
Yeah.
Oh, it starts as a creative process whereby the fungal excretions of sand trout. I don't know what the hell sand trout.
Sand trout are baby sandworms.
Oh, okay. They would mix with water to form a pre-spice mass. The mass would then be brought to the surface of the desert through pressure, heat, and air of Arrakis. When they died, sand trout would be released into the sand, and the cycle of creation would repeat. So, okay.
All right,
cool.
I like the Pugh. Did you ever watch Wrestling with My Family?
Oh, Fighting with My Family?
Yeah, that one.
Boy, is that good. That's a great
She's just
movie.
charming.
Yeah, she was good in that.
I even liked her in Little Women, and I got to tell you, it takes a lot to get me interested in Little Women.
I've never seen that.
It's a great movie. You should watch it.
And I haven't seen Midsummer.
Midsummer is great.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Super fun.
Wait, hold on a second. Robert Roseboom, could you please confirm or deny?
I have not seen Midsummer.
Oh,
okay.
But from what I could glean and from what I've heard, it is like a Wicker Man that you won't be angry when watching.
Yeah.
basically.
That's fair.
Okay.
Uh,
It's like some weird cannibal cult in the middle. Of,
Well,
Don't-
it's a
don't read about it. Just watch
Yeah.
it, because the fun is like learning about
I
the
don't
cult.
know. I don't know. I just okay. Believe me, there's no spoiling of this movie.
No, this
I'm
is
not gonna
like
watch it.
you will enjoy the journey, because the whole movie is watching the Pugh like learn as the outsider what this cult is. It's
There
fun.
was there was a glut of sort of horror movies that weren't awful that came out around the same time.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hereditary is another one. It's like that.
We are in a bit of a golden age for like weird horror, though.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Did you watch Censor?
No. Is that good?
It's really cool.
I remember seeing the
That's
thing,
one Rob
you know?
might like. It's
because
the
he's a censor.
no, it's
Yeah.
about the film banning in the
Mhm.
UK in the 80s.
Mhm.
And it's
But it turns into a horror movie, right?
it really does, but the way that it gets there is really unique, and it's short. It's like 80 minutes and out. It's so
Oh,
short.
that's an admirable.
Yeah,
It's not as long as the Batman.
sure. Well, we can talk about that too.
Well, I think it's like after.
Let's get to the end, and then we can talk about the Batman, because I am caught up.
Yeah,
I'm
that's true.
Batman. Okay, Chris. Deepfakes. This is just simply they show you a picture, and then you have to guess if
But
it's
this guy's a
deepfake or not.
fake.
Yeah, that looks fake. You can see
Looks
his eyes
really
floating.
fake.
But the user interface for this is shitty.
Oh, I'm so confused.
Yeah, you got to like submit, and then you got to like next. It was bad. Yeah, it was fake. But I did a few of these. But yeah, they had some audio ones too, I think. But anyway,
I think this is an audio one, but I don't want to do it.
yeah,
right now.
the interface for this is bad, but it's worth playing around with for 5 minutes just to see the.
Gun control laws have the risk.
Whoa,
think that's
that didn't
fake.
sound real.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bad
All right.
interface.
It's a very tricky interface.
Play with it. Obi-Wan.
That's exciting though. Yeah.
The Obi-Wan trailer doesn't have a lot in it
Yeah.
except for what you're expecting.
Share this tab.
It looked like they're bringing some characters from Rebels, right?
Yeah, they got an Inquisitor in there. That dude.
Yeah, this is the guy from my neighbor Totoro. Or...
Yeah, that's right.
He's the
that's-
faceless guy when
that's
he takes
May.
his mask off.
She
Yeah.
grew up. No, the trailer doesn't have too much in it, but we already knew that they had the same guy who played Owen
Uncle Owen,
recast, and the stormtroopers are now wearing stormtrooper outfits. So we're at that point in the timeline. This apparently is so. There's Luke on his little thingy, but he's like, I don't know, 8. So that then sets this 7-8 years prior to A New Hope, and I gotta tell you, man, Obi-Wan aged a lot between this and A New Hope.
Right. Well, the desert life is really tough, and he's been dehydrated for 20ty years. I
It's
mean,
true.
that's really bad for him. So
He's
And
been
he
living
spends
on
his
nothing
whole
but
day just looking at a little boy pretending to fly a plane.
he's
right,
living
and
on
trying to
nothing but
run
sand
away from
trout.
people who found out that he's just spending all day staring at a little boy from miles away.
I'm telling you, it's bad luck.
It's a rough life. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Who is this here? Do you know this character?
that's a new one, I think. She looks like a new Inquisitor. And
She's not wearing the cool Inquisitor hat.
right. I mean, look, obviously I'm gonna watch this. I hope it's good. I actually
Yeah, you have to tell us how it is. I
Yeah.
really like Ewan McGregor.
You know,
He's a great actor.
It looks okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what they do with it.
Yeah.
there's nothing objectionable in this trailer, I guess.
Well-
it looks like it's focusing on basically him just trying to stay hidden and all that stuff, and that could be a cool story, right? Where
Maybe
He has
they'll
to-
go. Yeah, maybe they'll go full Incredible Hulk, right? Where it's just Ewan McGregor going from town to town, righting a wrong from
Oh,
some
yes.
local,
Mhm.
boss
Yeah.
hog type. And then at the end of the episode, they play sad music, and he walks away with like a lightsaber at his side.
that is a brilliant idea.
You know?
After this, remind me to tell you about my reality show idea. That can't.
Oh,
say
you have a
here.
reality show idea as well?
But
I
not
do.
on the live
It's
stream?
Fantastic.
Is it in the Star Wars universe or?
No, we'll get to it after this.
Okay.
I don't know. The question for me is how are they gonna nerf the thing? When we last met, I was but the learner, but now I am the master, only the master of evil Darth. So they haven't. So if Obi-Wan and Darth haven't seen each other in 18 years, how are they gonna nerf that from a certain point of view? Since we know that Anakin is already cast in this, but I really like the idea of Obi-Wan having to stay in the shadows, and they hinted at that in the trailer because they said the Jedi's compassion, they leave compassion behind, or there's a line like that, and I think it would be really fun if he's just got to stay stealth, and just totally stay in the shadows. That'd be cool. I'd be down with that.
Just a series of horrible tragedies that he knows he can prevent. And he thinks about how he'd prevent them, but then he never does, and that's how every episode
he'd prevent them. He'd be helping, but always secret.
No, he has to protect Skywalker. So the show is 15 minutes of how he would do it in his mind, and then you see that the evil always wins and destroys everything, and then he moves to the next town.
Oh, so it's like Ocean's 11, but they don't actually show the third act.
Yes, I want that to be the show.
All right.
There was a show where it was literally like somebody they thought they had a really lucky life, but it was really like someone running interference for everything, And I'm like, maybe that's what this will be. Luke Skywalker thinks everything's okay. Water's always there when they need it, and then
so I know it's not on the list right now, but
it's the Truman Show. It's the Skywalker Show.
But I watched that Picard thing that Chris linked to the other day.
The Red Letter Media.
And
those guys are
and
great.
I think he's right.
I
think
that's what they're gonna do.
I think the Borg Queen's going to turn out to be his mom, who was kidnapped when he was a kid.
If he's
which brings it to a whole nother level. Terrible.
No, hold on. I watched the new episode today.
He's right.
Oh yeah,
I'm already caught up, and I have
You're on episode 2.
I finished episode 2, and I have something that's going to shock you.
What?
You ready? I liked it.
You liked it so far?
I liked episode 2.
This is what they said. They liked the first episode.
I liked episode 2.
Okay.
The whole thing is like mirror universe, whatever. But so here's the thing that they did in episode 2. Everybody in the cast that we get to re-meet each of them in the mirror universe. Every one of them is likable and sympathetic. And you know what they weren't in all of season 1?
Funny.
Is likable and sympathetic. Everybody was a drunk asshole.
That's really funny.
And they're all on uneven footing. And like they're all in a different life situation, and it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Wait, are you saying that the first season of Picard was actually Mirror Universe Picard, not our universe Picard?
I mean, I don't think that's what they're saying, but they could totally do that. Because
that would be a way of fixing season 1.
They could just retcon it out.
What a mess it was,
Well, that's I suppose what the fans would want, right? I guess not. The fans want to get rid of Rise of Skywalker, right? They want the sequel trilogy erased. They don't care so much about the Kelvin timeline in Star Trek.
So I will say, Discovery first season, the Mirror Universe storyline was pretty good. I still like it. I still think it was good.
I need to rewatch it and give it a second chance, I think.
And Jason Isaacs, man, I'd watch that guy open a mall.
Yeah, I like him too.
I'd watch him, shop for Brussels sprouts. He's so much fun.
The way he shops for Brussels sprouts, for sure.
Can you imagine?
Intense.
Like he goes full General Zukov, I'm going to have some cruciferous vegetables,
No, I liked tremendously how they handled the second episode. I think that I'm in for at least one more episode of now I'm bought in.
You know what they're gonna do to you.
I know what they're gonna do to me.
Hopes.
I know what they're gonna do to me. But
they just said to you, come
Section
on,
31 that crap.
Come on back, Rob. We can change. Look, we're different now.
We're different now. I learned.
We've matured. We listened to.
We're
your
not going to
concerns.
hit you anymore.
Yeah.
Right. That was a mistake.
I just, I flinched.
Look, I don't criticize you for feeling that way. You've been hurt before, but I think that out of these 2 episodes, there was an episode and a half of good TV. And I
Okay.
really liked. I don't think I have much of a criticism for this second episode. I thought it was actually like, but because it's all them, setting up. It's all setting up the characters, and like everybody's likable. Like I like them now, and I did not like anybody last season. They're all shitty.
Okay.
Okay. HBO Max.
Do you want to talk about this
the Batman?
with the Batman at the end?
Yeah, let's come back to that.
And should we ask Cliff if he wants to talk about Batman?
I don't know if he's seen it yet.
Well, okay. That's reasonable.
Well, let's see. Prey. This was you, right, Rob?
Mm-hmm. So
It's
it
in the 1700s.
Yeah, it's getting back to sort of the comic book storylines in Predator, where basically they go wherever the prey is the most dangerous throughout all these different times, and they've come to find that human beings can be very, very dangerous. So they're one of the more prestigious.
Chris, scroll back up and see the quote above the previous photo. Keep going back up. Above this photo. Above this photo. That pull quote.
Yes.
Yep.
It's optimistic.
It says the Prey producers say the prequel will be just as good as the first Predator.
Well,
I mean, it's good to have hopes and dreams, Rob?
And realistic expectations, right?
Yeah.
That's where you're like, are we going to make the best Predator movie? Probably not. Probably not, right?
No.
We're going to go for just as good.
But, we can be better than everything else this franchise has made.
Yeah,
besides the first.
We could star a bunch of WWE guys. We'll get Bret the Hitman Hart out of death or retirement or whatever.
Yeah, retirement. He's pretty old though now.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I liked Predator 1 and 2 a lot.
I've heard that about you.
Predator 2 is cool in that they get
Is that
more
the one
into
with Danny Glover?
Yes, they get more into to the mythos, the idea of what the race does and that sort of thing.
And I love the idea of them running around like the New York subway or whatever it was.
Yeah. It was a good set.
Fun.
But
and the woman who acted in that was good too.
It also has Busey though. So
well, so did Point Break, and I like that movie.
Busey's
all right,
a risk.
Maria Conchita Alonso, Dorito Frito Alonso.
Oh my goodness, another I Am Legend.
She was great in that. I
love
her. Yeah. What? No. So I read this article and he posted this thing and people are like, oh, they're going to make another one, huh? Because he posted this thing. Yeah.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, he survived the explosion.
Somehow. He's got a clone dog.
Well, there were two. Wait, that's Michael B. Jordan. That's
he's starring in it with Will Smith.
But does he play? No,
they didn't want to de-age Will Smith and have him play himself again.
I Am Legender.
Yep.
I Am Still Legend.
Gemini Legend.
I'm Gemini Men.
Legemini.
We are double legend.
Yeah.
We are legends.
Ooh, legends, yeah.
Yeah, we are legends.
We are legends.
No, I didn't mean to heart it.
I'm
out. Too late.
Recommended forever.
Too late. Chris DeBona likes
I never use.
You've just got 37 notifications.
Let me get a tab back up.
Usually Chris has pretty good taste in movies, but did you see he liked that they're making a new I'm Legend?
We Are Legends.
Yep.
I like that movie a lot.
I didn't think the first one was all that bad. I Am Legend. I thought they did a lot of good smart stuff in it, And I saw the alternative ending too, and
Rob, tell me about the Endurance.
The Endurance.
Well, the Endurance, they found it. They've been looking for Shackleton's ship for years and years and years and years. And it's amazingly well preserved if you look at it.
Yeah.
Now, it's only been underwater for 107 years, which in the grand scheme of things isn't huge, but it kind of reminds me of some of the shipwrecks in Lake Superior. Quite frankly, if you go up there, there are shipwrecks all over Lake Superior that you can go and look at, and because the water is so cold, they're a couple hundred years old and they look almost brand new, because there's very little bacterial growth or things that live off wood at those temperatures. So,
and the invasive
anyway,
species haven't ruined Lake Superior yet.
Not yet. We'll figure out a way to do
it. Just give us time.
Yeah. Anyway, they've been searching for that boat for a long time. They finally found it.
I'm glad they did. Now they still haven't found that airplane that crashed a few years ago, but
I gotta start using an ad blocker on these damn sites. All right, here we go. Look at that! Look at that beautiful thing.
It's nice.
Honestly, I mean, look at all that's like a crabby thing, and some oysters and barnacles.
It's covered in snacks.
It's covered in snacks. It's a seafood buffet.
That's right.
I mean, it's a pretty cool story.
Yeah,
I really dig that sort of cold Arctic exploration. There's tons of stories about that, and the way you did that back in the day was went out there with your big wooden ship and you hope to God that the ice didn't come early and you made it around Horns in time. And the Shackleton didn't. They got iced in, and then eventually the ice shifted, crushed the boat. So they're like, all right, everyone,
we're boned.
Time to walk through the Arctic for 4 months and hopefully get to a station. We packed enough food to survive on the ship, but now we are in minus 40 degrees and we're walking all this way, so we absolutely don't have enough food. Let's go.
So
grab a barnacle. Let's go.
In 1915, is there any manned places on Antarctica?
Yeah, where did he go afterwards?
There are a couple sort of like trading posts and sort of military outposts that basically were just, shelters, just wooden shelters built up. But yeah, here you go. They tried for a while to break the ice out. Can you imagine that? Like, you're doing this all with hand tools and you're moving that giant galleon right through the ice. Holy cow.
The real bummer is that when they finally did get back to the base, the on shore, they took all their gallbladders. You remember that story?
It was appendixes.
Oh, appendix. I was so close. Oh.
Come on, Rob.
Sorry, I got
get with the program.
I'm not good at organs. I failed anatomy.
And piano playing.
Although I think of my friends, more of them have lost appendixes than gallbladders. No, definitely more gallbladders. I don't even know if we have a quorum of gallbladders on this chat. Let's see. We got a walking.
Sorry, I'm reading up on Shackleton over here on the Wikipedias.
Yeah, there's actually not too long ago, I think FX had a horror movie based on them trying to find that boat as well. Can't remember what it was called. It was actually very good. I'll have to look it up after the podcast.
Another Walking Dead spinoff for us to not care about, guys.
First of all, is Jeffrey Dean Morgan like a ghost who haunts Lauren Cohan as she tries to live?
Negan's alive.
Didn't
they never
he
killed
kill
Negan?
Glenn?
He did.
But he was
that's
just like
why
in a jail
said,
cell.
Yes, that's why I said I hope what happens in this one is they hook up, have a baby, and they name it Glenn.
Why would she ever forgive him? I mean, why isn't the first episode her sticking a knife in his head?
Because he's dickishly charming. Look at him, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's a very charming actor, but he also killed the love of her life in front of her with a baseball bat.
Quite frankly, Glenn got caught. He deserved what he got.
Ooh.
So I'm going to say, oh!
Wow, a pro Negan voice.
Hot take on 10 years ago.
Hot take.
Seriously, like after that episode, I was kind of done with The Walking Dead. I'm like, oh, this is just a bunch of BS.
I was done with it after that episode.
Yeah, maybe when all the zombies are gone. Well, I knew that was happening. That happens pretty quick in the book, actually.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So after all the zombies are gone, society's back, maybe Glenn's a good choice. That's all I'm saying. Right now, you don't need Glenn giving you babies. You need whatever's inside Negan to help those kids live. Right? This is not a world.
he's a
for the
survivor.
soft. He is.
Yeah.
Look at that guy.
I will
Maggie
say
could do worse.
Maggie was one of my favorite characters in the show too.
For sure. She was the only redeeming thing that came out of that farmhouse season.
That's true. Oof. Let's see. Well, does anybody get anything else before we wrap back to Batman? Oh no, there was another one on that list that I did not get. Oh no.
Which one?
Do a reload. I got one more for you, Chris.
I'm reloading.
There you go. Windows
good
Day
God.
Follow-Up. Launch this and go to minute. I
What?
think go to 432.
Are you serious? Nothing came out of that.
Go to press play. Go to I think it's
432.
432. I think that might be the line. I could totally be wrong on the minute.
This one?
Okay, like mute it or whatever, and just like skip around a little bit. It's right around here.
Is this one?
Why didn't they just take the stairs? No, go forward. There's a picture.
Wow.
Ah,
So
I should have
confused.
marked the time. There's people that are very familiar in these pictures.
Huh. I'm sure I'm in there somewhere. Hitting that damn button with Eric Raymond.
Yeah, there you go.
Ugh.
I just was watching that and I had totally forgotten about that picture. I know you haven't.
Who is this? Michael MJD. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I actually watched. He did a previous video on this that I saw a while ago. Neither of these say anything that we don't know, but I just thought it was funny. He got 96,000 views on this thing, so
Yeah, probably more than the original documentary.
no, maybe. No, he did the previous one too. But
It looks like he does a lot of like
yeah.
old computer stories. Like here's a G4. Here's Windows 9 to 5.
Anyway, I was just tickled to see my old pal Chris show up on a random video that I
That was a long time
watching.
ago. I was very young. I didn't have children yet. I didn't even know if I was married yet. I think I just
You
met
were not
Christine.
married.
Yeah.
I went to your wedding and it was a little
Yeah.
after that.
It was a nice wedding.
It was a nice wedding.
We didn't use the stairs because the door was locked.
I know.
It's like
Everybody knows.
This is not a big controversy,
But no, well, the guy in the
We'd already
video,
walked from San Mateo, for God's sake.
Well, okay, so I guess what it comes down to is it's the thing where if you can imply that geeks are fat and lazy, that's an easy narrative. In the same way that every time any tech reporter makes any comment about technology, the iPod being lame quote gets dug up to make fun of me.
Oh yeah.
It's just this story. Why didn't they take the stairs? Well, and then you get 1,000 comments because geeks are too fat to climb stairs, and because geeks are too lazy to climb stairs or too dumb. Like it's the comment that tells the story for you without you having to use common sense.
Okay.
Anyway, I just
Whatever gets them their clicks, good for them.
Yeah, good for them. I just thought that was charming because hey, look at that. I haven't seen. I don't know that I've ever seen that picture. I don't know that I remembered seeing that picture. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, no, it was in the original documentary. So.
That's Chris and Eric.
Eric.
Sorry, dude.
It's okay.
All right. The only other thing we had was Batman, which I did see. But they gave the Penguins getting a spin.
Here we go. Batman.
Sky
right there.
Shark.
Oh no, that's Sharkman.
That's different.
King Shark. Oh, here you go. It's a Jedi Man. No.
Jedi Shark.
Here you go.
So yeah, Batman made mad bank, 300 million. I saw it in an IMAX.
Is that
theater.
a lot for that?
Post
show?
COVID, that's as big as it gets.
That's a big deal, I guess. Post COVID. That was its first weekend or whatever.
Yep. no, Penguin is getting his own spin-off series in the same way, I guess, as Peacemaker got one for Suicide Squad. It's good. It
Okay,
was.
you liked it?
I did. I enjoyed it actually quite a bit. It's
Okay, I'm gonna ask Mr. Roseman. Mr. Roseman, should I trust Rob Malda's assessment of the Batman?
I mean, probably not. Yeah, if there's like a technical aspect to the film, Rob's generally speaking pretty spot
Pretty
on.
accurate. Yeah.
But his taste and threshold for putting up with stuff is different than mine.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true.
I'm literally wearing.
Do you have to watch all the Twilight movies before watching this?
It disappointed me that it took him 10 years as a vampire to learn how to turn into a bat. He's like the worst vampire bat ever. No, it's super year 2 Batman.
Okay.
He doesn't quite have all his mojo yet.
I do want to see it. I just, don't know when I'm going.
It is well done. It only has a very small number of jokes, which is it's a mixed bag. So it's not like fun, with finger quotes. It's dark and gritty. But everybody's real good in it. Colin Farrell is the friggin' Penguin. I mean, that's a hell of a makeup job they put on that guy. And
that's what's weird. Like, I was surprised that Colin Farrell is like, I'm so pretty. Yes, let's cover it up with all this crap.
I've heard bad stuff about the Penguin, though.
I could see you not liking him.
Like he's a mean person.
Like I guess from what I was reading, they take away a lot of things that make the Penguin. Like he's less sort of goofy and more like straight up mafia boss.
But I
haven't seen the movie.
Yeah,
so
I would agree with that statement. But I think that everybody that you encounter in this movie, it's like every franchise every movie has to ramp up the powers and ramp up the wacky of the villains. So by the time you get to the third or fourth one, everybody's time traveling and way overpowered. This is still it's the first one in this sequence, so it's far more grounded. So people are a little closer to humans than you might expect. I liked this Penguin more than the Gotham Penguin.
Okay.
But I always found that I think the Gotham Penguin is really cool. But that character is so weird that he overshadows that show for my tastes.
And he needed to be more portly.
Yeah,
he's a little too slim. Did he have little penguins with bombs on their backs?
No,
following him around.
At no point did he do that. It was
did
not.
He go full
Danny DeVito?
Does he show anyone his flipper trick?
No, he does not show anybody his flipper trick. In fact, there's really only
flipper.
There's only one shot where like his nose is very clearly shaped beak-like, but there's only one shot that I think is overtly you are being the Penguin in this shot, or being Penguin-like. Only one, and it is a movie with not a lot of jokes, and the Riddler's not really in it all that much. He's pushing the plot forward, but you don't actually see him very often until the very end. The finale I thought was pretty cool, but I think the first half of the movie is better than the second half.
Here, I found a clip from
Ambalu asks about Riddler's final trap. And I don't want to say a lot, but yeah, that's too real. The what happens in the last, the Riddler's big thing, the last bit, you're like, ouch. You've been watching a lot of news, my friend. Just like with me, I'm with you. But it's absolutely it's 100%, you should watch it. It's super enjoyable. It's 3 hours long, but it doesn't feel 3 hours.
It feels like 7.
No, it feels like 2.5. Okay. But I've now seen 31 of the 38 Oscar-nominated movies for the 2022 Oscars, and all that I have left now, they're pretty much all like 3 hours long and subtitled. So I've been watching a lot of 3-hour-long movies, and I'm kind of tired of 3-hour-long movies.
Okay.
Do we have anything else?
Fine.
Nope. Okay. I feel like there was one more thing that we were missing, but we'll say goodbye to Chris DeBona.
All right.
Goodbye,
Well,
Rob.
I mean,
Oh,
we
bye.
got everything, right?
That was
I think
everything.
We have people calling us fat and stupid. We have
Yep.
ObiWan. We got deep fakes, Dune. We already talked about that stuff last week. Yeah, I think that covers it. Let me check our post coordination channel. There's Predator, Prey, Obi-Wan, Endurance.
Yep, we got it all.
Yeah,
Lots of
Magnum
human
wants me
heads,
to rank all
flippers,
38 Oscar-nominated movies.
Right?
I'll definitely.
This is
get
what the
right on
people
that.
want. Malva.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. I still haven't seen 4 of the Best Picture nominees. I've been saving Nightmare Alley, and like the ones that I think are really going to be good. I've been saving those because I'm looking forward to that. But there's some really good ones. Macbeth is really. I was surprised at how much I liked Macbeth.
Good.
Yeah, and I also really liked Belfast. I was really surprised at how much I liked Belfast.
Have either of you watched Severance yet? It's not a movie. It's
that Apple TV, Adam
Yeah,
Scott.
yeah.
No, that's on my to watch
All right.
soon list. Is it worth it?
I don't know.
Hmm.
It just queued up.
All right, I'll get an episode under my belt before next time. The premise is extraordinary.
Yeah, it sounds like a cool premise. So here's to hoping.
Christopher, I will tell you on next week's episode, or maybe the week after that, what the must-watch Oscar movies are. But I still have 6 left to watch. Well, 5.5. I'm paused on the dog one, but I never like westerns. All right. Goodbye, Chris DeBona.
Bye.
Goodbye, Robert Roseboom.
See ya.
I was Rob Commander Taco Malta. That was Geeks in Space. We'll see you maybe Thursday. Bye.